Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Purdue Dynasty. We're going to get our first offseason here finally underway. We're going to open it up, though, with a coach upgrade. We're going to hit receivers, and we're going to spend it here. Hopefully, we get one more with our recruiting so that way we can get to put in work for receivers. Now it's the big one. We're looking at players leaving. Jaheim Merriweather wants to leave. I'm probably okay with letting him go. D'Amico Kennedy, I think I'm all right with us losing him as well. Udonis Davis, he was the guy with no strength. I'm okay with him moving on, I think. TJ Lindsey, somebody we want to persuade. Straight up, we're going to try it right now. We only get 2 tries. Let's go ahead and try it with him. And we end up losing on him, which really sucks. Ryan Brown wants to transfer. We're going to let him go. I wasn't the biggest fan of him. Ian Jeffries, normal dev, I think we're okay with moving on from him. Braden Joyner, he's a raw strength guy with impact dev. I think we're going to move on from him as well. Alex Sanford's a bit older. We're going to let him move on. Malachi Singleton's one of the only quarterbacks we didn't really give a try this year. But I think once again, I'm going to let him go ahead and hit the portal. Sam Gollander at tight end, maybe we should look at since we're losing 2 tight ends. But I look at it right here. Dang, man, I don't remember his upside. He played in 8 games, but I don't remember what he has for growth potential. But with that star dev trade at left tackle, I really feel like, I don't want to lose Sam Stewart either. That linebacker, he was pretty good, but he only had 7 tackles. Like, he started, but we didn't really play him. We're going to go with the left tackle. We're going to try it and see if we can get him, and it failed, so we don't get to keep any of these guys. And then that definitely sucks. I'm not going to lie about that. Seeing these guys move on isn't happy per se. You know, I was really hoping to get some of these guys back. Looking at some of our graduating guys, Christian Moore was good for us this year. 7 sacks from Nunnally. Richard Toney was good for us, but he missed a lot of tackles on the back end and got beat quite a bit. Chauncey Magwood, top receiver. Gonna miss him. Fullback, didn't really utilize him. Charles Ross got benched early in the season. Crew Wakely, he was all right on the back end, but our secondary wasn't that great. Chad Brown led us in tackles. He was ridiculous this year. Tony Grimes, top corner, he was good. But for as bad as we were, we also had Michael Jackson III. He stepped in at times and played good. We're losing Malachi Thomas. I forgot he was a senior. I kind of thought we were going to have him for another year. We're going to lose Devin Mockabee. 436 yards this year. He was probably the biggest disappointment of the entire dynasty so far. Rico Walker stepped in late. I liked him. Hershey McLaurin was really good. I got to show him off. And Darius Coffey was good. Dinkins was fantastic. I'm sad we're losing him. Jalen St. John, our left tackle, he's going to be missed, especially because we lost that star dev backup as well. Manny Powell didn't have a big impact for us here. Vaccaro got called for holding. It felt like twice a game, every game, so I'm all right with him moving on. So yeah, that's everybody we're losing. Let's go ahead and move on. Hey, we got a commitment here from Frank Niedgeman, the right tackle. That's good. We could use recruits. I also didn't show it because when I advanced the week prior to hitting record on this, we got a 3-star gem running back committed. I'll show him off as well. Matt Keaton is his name. He's a gem player, 5'11", 180. He's a guy that needs some work, but he has 85 speed coming in, so I think with a red shirt, he could be really good for us if he has some upside. All right, taking a look at our board here, I left some guys on here that, we're locked out on, but at the same time, we're leading, so hopefully we maybe just get to hold on to him and keep him. We'll have to see. This guy's kind of a long slot shot quarterback. It's time now to take a look at that transfer portal. Let's sort by rank, and let's start looking at players we can get in here. First one, Emmett Mosley, the 5th. He's a 4-star receiver from Texas. We're putting him on our board. 214 here. We got Jalen Thompson. He is a left edge from Michigan State. 3-star. Let's put him on the board. Another wide receiver, Kenny Johnson. Let's get him on the board. Another edge rusher. Absolutely want him on the board for an SMU transfer. Left tackle, let's go. That's what we needed. Howard Sampson, he's a junior, but we got a shot to bring him in from Texas Tech. Let's do it. Noah Dunham, 3-star. Let's add him to the board at right guard. We lost a linebacker. Let's get Miles Graham. I'm a Gator fan. I'd love to have him come over here. I wonder if he's related to the Dinkins we just lost. Let's get Calvin on the board here. At running back, Antoine Raymond, Rutgers transfer. Let's add him. Jordan Napier, a San Diego State transfer. He's a 3-star. Let's throw him on the board. D-tackle, Jordan Crawford from Auburn. Let's throw him on the board. Noah King from Colorado. Couple more halfbacks. Let's throw them on the board. I don't know how great they're going to be. We're going to throw a tight end on the board. That's a good idea. Another edge rusher. I think we should throw another tight end on the board, a right tackle. from South Carolina. Let's add him to the board. We're going to add the corner here from UNLV possibly. We're going to throw AJ Brand on the board. He's a dual threat, pure running type. That's all right. We want to try to see if we can maybe get him. And then we're going to go with Taven Jackson as well. He's bounced around a little bit, but he's 6'4", 212, dual threat guy. Let's see if we can maybe get him on the team. All right, so this right here is how we're going to distribute our points for week 1. We'll have to see who we can move up and down on, and if we have to, we'll pull points off of some of these guys and move on. We're just going to have to see kind of how it all plays out here early on and take a shot here at some of these quarterbacks and just players from the portal. Node players were drafted from this team. Not that shocked, but kind of hoping maybe somebody would slide in late. Week 2 of recruiting, honestly, nothing's really changed here. We got points on guys, hoping we can kind of just move up on players that we didn't see a ton of action. We do have a few players we upped our points on fighting for, like left tackle here, Howard Sampson. I don't know if we're going to win, but we're going to go all in trying to get this 6'8" monster to come play left tackle for us. But we're going to do what we can to try to build this roster through the portal because it's not looking good. Good news, though. Both quarterbacks seem pretty interested in coming here. Still no commits or really any news here. But you can see we got some movement with some of these guys. It's not looking great necessarily here for some of these guys that we really want, like Emmett Mosley. But we're going to stay patient, keep doing what we can do with these guys, and hopefully with a little bit of luck, make up some ground here and maybe win a couple of these battles that we want. Good news, though, quarterbacks we're still looking good for, which we really need. Good news is we got some commits. We got Taven Jackson, the 3-star quarterback from UCF, to commit. That's great news for us. We did lose some guys we wanted, but it is what it is. We lost Omari Higgins. Dang it. Or Wiggins. We wanted him. Oh, we lost the right tackle too to Georgia Tech. That's disappointing. We added a few new players to the board here. We're in first place for both of those guys, so we threw scholarships and we threw 2 tackles on there. Gave them a scholarship, threw the points we can on them, and we're just going to kind of take a swing and hope we can land them. All right, let's see how we did. We got Brett Bowden, the 3-star from Rochester, to play will linebacker. We got LaMarcus Bigsby to play tight end. We got Pete Burks to play center. Gregory Bliss at receiver committed to us. Tavita Ojinaka committed to us. Both of those guys had us locked out. We got Jacques Sly, the 3-star free safety. We got John Senior, the 3-star quarterback. I'll take that. We got Jordan Crawford, the 3-star D tackle. We got Noah King, the 3-star free safety. Miles Graham committed from Florida. That's a big one for me. Humphrey Grace ended up committing the 3-star edge. Jalen Thompson, the 3-star edge. Kenny Johnson at wide receiver committed. Adam Moore committed at tight end. We got halfback Cedric Irvin, Ty Newhouse at defensive tackle, George Stewart at edge. We got a big class this year. We got AJ Brand, the quarterback. That's big. We needed him. We ended up getting Noah Durham at right guard, Houston Thomas at tight end, Calvin Dinkins at defensive tackle, Junior Dallo at left tackle committed, which is huge. Jack Hood at right tackle committed. That's huge. We'll take that. So looking at the players we didn't get. The first one's Timmy Savage at quarterback. He's a 3-star, only normal dev. Disappointing, but it is what it is. We'll remove him from the board. We missed out on the 4-star wide receiver, Emmett Mosley the 4th. He went to Missouri. Impact dev, we really wanted him. I pushed hard for him, but we just couldn't pull it off. We ended up losing Antoine Raymond. We went all in. He was only normal dev, though, so I don't feel so bad about losing him. We lost Jordan Napier, the 3-star receiver, normal dev, going to Utah State, whatever. So let's go through the devs of our entire class. We got 31 commits. We got impact on Robert Randall, impact on Domnia, Trahan is normal, impact on Okanokwo is star, which is huge. Keaton star, let's go. Niedgeman's normal at right tackle. Bowden's normal, disappointing. Impact for Bigsby at tight end. We got a star dev in Pete Burks. Let's go. Gregory Bliss is only normal. Tavita Ojinaka is only normal. Sly is normal. And John Senior is also impact. So that's good. Now looking at our transfer class, Jalen Thompson's impact. Impact for Kenny Johnson. Impact. Star for Miles Graham. I knew that one, so that's why I really wanted to bring him in. Impact on Calvin Dinkins. Impact on Crawford. Impact on King. Irving impact. Normal here. Impact. Normal. Impact at quarterback for AJ Brand. Star for Taven Jackson. Only going to have him for a year, but hopefully he upgrades and he can be a good player for us next year. Normal for Ty Newhouse. Normal here. You know what? We will take that. Overall, I'm not too mad at how this class ended up turning out. We certainly didn't end up with a top class, I'll tell you that. Clemson ended up at number 1. Let's see just where we finished here nationally. Wow, not very good at all. Number 54 in the nation. We have to do better next year. We can't compete in the Big Ten if we're number 54 in the nation. That puts us in the second to worst team here in the entire conference as far as recruiting goes. That's embarrassing. I actually have never done this bad recruiting, so we got to get it cleaned up for next year, get a better class, or else we're just not going to be a better team and we're going to be in real trouble. Looking at some of the top transfer guys, Darian Mensah went to Ohio State. Noah Fafita went to Alabama. Rocco Becht also went to Alabama. Marcel Reed went to Arizona State. I'm surprised he left Texas A&M. Maddox Madsen just didn't commit, but he had me locked out. I would have gladly recruited him if we could have got him, which that's kind of the issue here. Some of these, like, I understand they have deal breakers, but if nobody's going after him, they should go somewhere. Now we want to see where Ryan Brown ended up going because I'm definitely curious about him. He actually didn't commit anywhere, so Ryan Brown's just going to disappear from the dynasty. Frustrating that stuff happens, man. They should at the very least become walk-ons or something, in my opinion. Jaheim Mayweather went to UTEP. The star dev tackle that left didn't commit anywhere, so that's just frustrating at this point. I don't understand why leave if you're not going to go anywhere. Like, they need to get that cleaned up. I don't like that about this game. I get it's what happens, but like at least give me a chance to try to bring him in then. Sam Stewart went to Kent State, so maybe we'll get to see him. Alex Sanford went to Mississippi State. Let's go ahead and take a look at position changes here. Let's go to athletes. We got Tavita Ojanaka. He looks like he's going to be an outside linebacker. He is considered a thumper. 85 speed. He looks like a linebacker, but does he have some good pass rush moves? It doesn't show them. Explain that to me. He looks like as a thumper, you'd think he's a linebacker. I think we're going to put him at Sam linebacker for us. Let's take a look at our QB room. Taven Jackson's a 78 overall, so that's great. AJ Brand's good. We still got Luke Spear and Evans Chuba. John Senior comes in pretty good. Running back, you know, that's a little thin here, so not exactly happy with how that worked out for us. Receiver, I'm pretty happy with this. I think we need some work, but we got some guys maybe in here. Tight end, we're okay, good. I'm happy with how that worked out for us. Left tackle, we're weak. Hopefully we get some upgrades for Diallo. Offensive line is something I am not overly thrilled about. We needed help at center, so Mason Vicari is going to move from right guard there. Left guard, I guess I'll move him over just to have somebody in that spot at left guard as a backup. Right tackle, now we have a little bit more depth over here. I think maybe I consider moving one of these guys over to the left side to compete here with Diallo. I think Jack Hood's going to move over to the left side to compete with Diallo. And the main reason I didn't move Nave is because he's raw strength. So I don't think his overall is going to go up a ton, but if it does, he can still play there. It's like Jude McCoskey might still be our starting, left tackle this year. I'm just not sure. Not sure if I want to replace Seabrooks, but we did bring in Mikey's Humphrey Graves, and we're going to move him over there to right end. Let him play on the edge. Seabrooks was great. We'll see how upgrades go. On the interior, I think we have a really good team here. I'm happy with that. Linebacker, like I said, man, we are weak at linebacker right now. He's going to move to Mike linebacker. And yeah, we didn't upgrade like I hoped we would here at linebacker. So we're going to have to see how the offseason treats us. At corner, we're thin. We have 4 corners on roster. Oh no, that's really bad. Maybe I see if Smiley can go play corner. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave Smiley where he is. Maybe not. He's going to probably go over to strong safety to compete for the starting job there. We're weak. Our team did not improve as much as I thought we would. We're going to have to see. Hopefully upgrades go well for us, because if they don't, this is going to be ugly. All right, let's upgrade some players at quarterback. Taven Jackson's got 43. So let's go ahead and spend his upgrades here. I think accuracy is the big one. I want to see improved on him. It's not necessarily about getting him to be the highest overall. It's about making him a very efficient quarterback for us. Let's go ahead and upgrade his IQ a couple times. That'll help him get his overall up, which maybe will help him play a little better. He ends up being an 86 overall quarterback for us. Great get in the portal. AJ Brand, man, I really like what I see here. He only has 36 upgrade points. He does need to improve his throw power, though. So we are going to spend some points there to hopefully get that up, which we did finally. Then we're going to go into accuracy, because if we have to play him, his accuracies are quite low right now. With 5 left, I guess we just go into IQ and spend what we can here. He's going to end up being a 78 overall, but I feel pretty good that he might be ready next year if we need him. Luke Spear has brutal skill caps, so for him, we're just going to spend it where we can. I know he's going to be capped out here pretty early on in this dynasty, but he is somebody that a subscriber renamed. He got up to a 78 overall here. He still has some room to grow. He might be able to get into the middle 80s. Maybe he still finds a way on the field for us here or there. Cedric Irvin came in from the transfer portal. We're going to go ahead and spend on quickness. First thing on him, get him up over in 90s. And then I think we're going to go ahead, hit him with elusive. And then after that, I guess let's go ahead and spend on IQ and get him up to an 84 overall. He's pretty much maxed out for his senior season now for us. Gabriel Joyner made some plays for us last year. He doesn't really have a high ceiling, but we are going to spend what we can on him. I think we're just going to get him faster this year, and maybe if we can get an IQ, we can't. Let's throw it in route running then. He's a 78 overall. He's going to be a good backup for us, I think. Kenny Johnson has 34 points to spend. Let's go into quickness for the first one. And then let's get his hands up. And then I want to get into route running. I think route running's super important, even more so than elusiveness. Maybe we do spend 1 on elusiveness here. Let's go back into route running. Got 1 point left. We're going to have to save that one. He gets up to an 86, though. That's good. Jesse Watson has just 17 points to spend. So for him, I think hands need to improve the most. So we're going to spend our points here and get them up. His overall may not climb a ton, but I think he's just going to become a better player, which is probably more important to us than just getting his overall up arbitrarily, as he's going to end up at a 79 overall. Better route running, better hands. I'm okay with that. Morissette has quite a bit of points to spend. He has 48. I do think for him, we're going to jump into quickness a couple times because I want to get him to 90. And then it's going to go into route running because I want him to be able to get open and create separation with ease. I guess since we have some points left, the last 4 will go into IQ. He's going to get up to an 80 overall. We expect to see him out on the field quite a bit. Nitro Tuggle is somebody I really wanted more from last year. We didn't utilize him enough. We're going to upgrade his quickness. We're going to upgrade his elusiveness. We're going to get his route running up to where it'll go. His skill caps are kind of bad, to be honest with you. Let's look at his abilities here, though. We're going to upgrade takeoff and double dip. Let's get his IQ up to the max, and the rest can go into hands. We're just going to upgrade him however we can. He's kind of a low ceiling player, which I didn't expect that out of him. He's up to an 81 overall, though, so he's definitely going to be able to make an impact with his speed for us this year. We moved Jack Hood over here to left tackle, so let's see how we can upgrade him. His pass blocking needs some work, so let's get that up as high as we can here. He's never going to be a good run blocker, which is both good and bad, but at left tackle, I can deal with that. His overall is just a 76, but he is a fantastic pass blocker, so he kind of has that ace in the hole for him. Looking at Junior Diallo, same type of player here, to be honest with you. We're going to go into his pass blocking and see just how good he gets, because it kind of looks like that's kind of what you want from your left tackle anyway. You want him to be a better pass blocker. So he's up to a 78 overall. He's probably going to be our starter. Noah Dunham, our right guard. Now he has some space to grow. He got some decent points to be able to upgrade his run blocking and everything, which is quite low. So I'm trying to get that to at least a 70 overall for his base run blocking. Pass blocking is also low, so we need to get into that one. You know, he has some holes in his game, but he is an 82 overall. Jude McCoskey at right tackle, somebody that I was hoping would get some more points because I thought he had the potential to be a really good tackle. We're going to spend it on run blocking here. Let's spend some points on IQ and footwork. He's going to get up to an 80 overall. That's all right. CJ Madden got a ton of points. He's got 42 here. Returning player for us. Let's make him a better player. We're going to get his power moves to an 85. Let's work on these finesse moves. I want to make him just a well-rounded, very good player. He might even be able to get good enough to start for us again. Probably ought to spend a little bit in IQ just to raise that overall for him, though. He gets up to a 79 overall. Kind of disappointing for his senior year. I was hoping I could get him a little higher, but it looks like Thompson's going to remain our starter. Got him out of the portal, so let's make him a better pass rusher overall. Spend some in IQ. He's an 83 overall. He didn't really improve that much. So maybe hoping Sean Seabrooks would get a jump here. He's a bit of a low ceiling player, but we're going to spend in finesse, get them up to an 89. Dude is a nasty pass rusher. Let's work on the power moves, get them as good as we can get them. And then we'll spend an IQ. He's only a 78 overall, but I think he's going to be able to make an impact for us. Mikey's Humphrey Grace. We're going to spend in power moves and finesse moves, get them both into the 80s. Let's spend on IQ as well. I want a good smart player here if I can get one. And then we'll spend one in run blocking. He's still only an 82 overall. Calvin Dinkins out of the portal. Now, he's somebody that we're going to spend in IQ. We're going to spend a little bit in run blocking. Or run stopping, I should say. Sorry. Spend some in his power. And then we're going to go into pass rushing. He already has pretty good pass rushing. He's up to an 84 overall. He's going to play for us. Jamarian Harkless, let's go into his pass rushing. It's at 1, so we might just as well really upgrade that. He has quite a few points too, so I think he's a fantastic player, and he's somebody that I'm really expecting huge impacts from this year. Let's go down to IQ, get that up a little bit. That's kind of low on him. I want to spend, get his run stopping as good as we can. Spend some more on IQ. He's up to an 85 overall, man. I'll take that. He's just a junior, so we should have him back next year as well, hopefully. Really thought Miles Graham would get more than 34. But let's go ahead, work on his coverage ability, get that up. Work on his run stopping a little bit, and then we'll spend an IQ here. That looks like everything we can do. He's going to get up to an 85 overall. That's good. We'll take that. We're in trouble at corner, but we run a lot of man coverage, so I need to get Ryan Turner as good at that as I can. We don't have enough players. We need to go heavy next year. This last recruiting class was just not good. I'm really disappointed with how I did. I didn't handle it well. Spend in hands here, burn the rest of his points. Ryan Turner gets up to an 82 for us, same as what we had last year. Noah King at free safety has a lot of room to upgrade here. A lot of points for him, so I think we might be able to make him a really good player for us. He's up to an 85. Now we're going to go ahead, auto progress the rest of the players on this roster, and just check out some of the overalls that increased. We got 6 here on Mason Vicari at center, which is nice. 3 here from Carlson. 1 from Marcus Moore Jr. Most of the top guys I already progressed. So you can see our depth players got a little better, but I think overall this team might be worse than last year's. I'm not too sure that we actually got better. We're going to have to see as we advance to the next week. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule for next season. I did go ahead and create the Pac-12, by the way, and the Mountain West, how they're going to be. So we open up with Wake Forest, Western Michigan, Notre Dame, and then we play Washington, Maryland, Wisconsin is our last home game, and we play a bunch to begin the year. That's 6 straight. We finally go on the road here. We play UCLA and Iowa, and then we're back at home against Minnesota. And then it's a 3-game stretch on the road to end the year with Penn State, Illinois, and Indiana. You know, this schedule doesn't actually look too bad. I think if I play better, we might actually be able to sneak out a possible bowl game out of this one. Like, I really think we could improve from 3 to 6 wins this year. Our overall went up to an 84. We did improve. I was a little worried about that, but I think we did a lot of good things here. We made our team better. We're going to end up this episode here with upgrading our coach. So we're going to go here into running back. And then the last one, we're going to do receiver just to have that ready for us. So that's how we're going to spend our coach points. We're going to get our offense all done, and then we'll start working on defense. But I want to thank you, everybody, for watching our first offseason. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. If you're still here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. We're on the road trying to get to 700 subscribers before the end of August. I don't know if we'll get there. It's aggressive, but with your help, we can do it. I would just appreciate anything. A like would be great on the video if you do that as well. Thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Leave any comments or feedback down below, and have a great one. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.